dans Topik Conversation, et pareil, moi, dit, plus bonnet. Dans Topik Conversation, aujourd'hui, IN, qui pour intéressant. Nous sommes avec des personnages, bien sûr, qui ciment. Autant de noms, on voit les autres passer quelque part, mais pour aujourd'hui, première fois, les autres besoin de bonjour Cécile, bien sûr, mais seulement si on dit autres non, pour finir, on connaît, bien sûr, et nous, par exemple, dit un petit peu intéressant à cause, il y en a une TV shows qui nous déjà grand passé, nous voyons, ça dit moun, si moi je dis Movers and Shakers, voyons à peu près, ça dit moun, nous aujourd'hui, besoin personne, première fois, nous cause la difficulté de téléphone, mais seulement aujourd'hui, qui nous voit camarades, personne, par exemple, nous dit face à face, et aujourd'hui, bon matin, nous pour causer un petit peu, bien sûr, de upcoming events, apart from Movers and Shakers qui nous voient, des upcoming events aussi qui nous pour cause là, mais par contre, il pas commence comme ça. Tout il commence avec Fond la Malle, and then Movers and Shakers. Et là, nous pouvons plus de détails Lola. Et aujourd'hui, bon matin, monsieur, madame, mademoiselle, on présente vous autres avec Claude Bonte. Good morning.
Good morning, Carol.
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Did you have a nice sleep, nice weekend?
Yeah, it was very pleasant. Just sort of
Really?
chilled out
It's a bit hot.
watching some movies. Sorry?
It's a bit hot.
It is. It's very hot.
Yeah.
It's very hot. So
Watching some movies. That's
Yeah.
my kind of thing.
Yeah, I love James Bond films, and so does she.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God, James Bond things, and then it's your favorite
And,
actor, I bet.
I like it, and then I what else did I do? I went to the beach. I managed to get beach walking very early in the morning. So It
Really?
was lovely, yeah, watching a sunrise.
That's 5.
So
Around 5?
Something like that, 5:30, yeah.
That's a good thing to do. Watch a walk along the beach at 5:30. It's a good thing. It's a walk, and you have jogging on the beach as well. It's a good thing.
Sure.
Yes, for the whole body posture, jogging on the beach. Un petit peu épais de dire ça, mais seulement si vous avez un full body posture, c'est un petit peu de dire ça de grand matin. Si tout fait, le bon lance assez long, par exemple, Beau-Vallon, au mieux grand temps, c'est un good one, qui est capable de faire un petit exercice là, bon matin. Et Claude, aujourd'hui, bon matin, il est accompagné, bien sûr, par un autre personnage qui sont non Simon, un ton nommé aujourd'hui, bon matin. E.SCHARFENBERG, good morning.
Good morning.
Comment ça va?
Bon, bien, merci même.
Bien dormi, bien élevé?
Ah oui, essentiel.
Ah oui? Avec un petit peu la salaire, on ne connaît pas quelle direction vient, quel district?
Ah, bel homme.
Bel homme, il y a la salaire là-bas?
Oui, il y en a beaucoup. Là, pour le moment,
Ils
oui.
sont.
Oui, moi, je peux prier que ça l'a pris tomber, franchement.
Après, il tombe, nous, si nous disons, puis toi, tu n'as pas la
Oui,
pris.
tout le temps, non?
Comme si nous comptons complètement.
Exactement.
Sinon, le week-end, il passe bien.
Fantastique.
Fantastique. Et à part de ça, la salaire qui nous complète de temps en temps, quelque chose qui passe fantastique. Aujourd'hui, nos conversations, bien sûr, nous pour tous, un petit peu, bien sûr, le Human Resources Day aussi, qui très bientôt nous pour un petit peu mentalité c'est loi dans l'endroit de travail et tout ça là qui comme un petit gain avec la journée Human Resources Day. Mais par contre, back to Claude, moi viens un petit coup, fond la malle. It started with follow mal.
Yeah. Follow mal was a very interesting concept, really. I've always been fascinated by history, and especially Seychelles history, because I grew up here when I was very young, and I saw a lot of things unfold, like the opening of the airport. I would have been 3 or 4. The Independence Day, I remember actually going there, and quite a few other things that are very unique to Seychelles. And we had a lamal, which was like a settee, which was funny enough we got from Smart Living, of all places.
Really?
And, yeah. And we used to sit on it to have dinner, and I think I like to have all these old treasures and these old Mickey Moncombe records and things. And one Sunday, I just thought, wouldn't it be really cool to get all these treasures coming out of the treasure trove, like the lamal, hence Enfant Lamal. And we've been telling stories and things about
Yes.
Seychelles ever since.
Folamal is in Seychelles, we Seychelles tend to say le folamal est équivalent avec ben bien quelque chose. Bah il dit là il dit il a là il met son folamal, ça veut dire ben les vieilles qui déjà existent depuis l'époque qu'on va connaître, depuis l'époque commode, l'époque folamal même.
Oui,
dit nous tend pour dire ça mais seulement voilà un petit peu côté Claude et Vinny. Claude, where did you study?
Where did I study? I went to the Seychelles College when I was
Really?
a young kid. Yeah, I did. I went to the Seychelles College. Then I went to England when I was 12, went to Hurstmere Secondary School, just like everybody else. And then did the sixth form and then went into the insurance business in London when I was about 17 or so. But I've never stopped studying. I've studied human behavior and psychology in central London. I learnt transactional analysis, neuro-linguistic programming, a little bit of Gestalt. where we used to have to go to a class every Thursday, and we had to practice what we learned. It's all very well learning stuff and getting degrees and letters after your name, but actually practicing it and using it, that's a real science.
Was that a challenge for you?
Behavior. Yes, it was. Because I had to, I mean, the whole thing that we learned was behavior modification. And it's very hard. If you've been, I mean, you take driving. Some people pass their driving test the first time or the second time.
Yes, some fail at the very first time.
I did. I didn't pass it first or second or
failed?
third. Yeah, I did. That's complete failure. It was about more than 4 times. You see, so you have to learn and do. And sometimes you can learn it, but you can't do it. Some people in the class were very good on paper, but when it came to actually doing it, the wheels fell off.
Yes, I guess it's a little bit all about us. We are human beings after all.
Sure.
After all, we bound to make mistakes. Elena, yours, did you fail at your first ever driving lessons, or
No,
you passed?
I passed.
She's a woman.
A bit smarter than me. See, women always pass first time.
And Elena, what did you study?
My educational parcours was very different to Claude's.
Oh,
Yes, because I came here when I was 9 years old, so I was in Germany, right? And then I just went to school like anybody else, just in the public school.
Okay.
And that has been it. But I would say for the rest, what I've really studied, the people skills, has been the experience and also having been able to work in different organizations and companies. And some of them I've headed myself. So this is where I really got it. Là, comment vraiment apprendre qui manière ou capable et travailler pour lui donner plus, mais sans qu'il sente qu'il peut gagner abusé ou peut gagner servi. Et plein fois, on dit mon aussi, ils ont ça à tout, mais ils n'ont pas connaît, ils n'ont pas ça sens self-worth. Ils n'ont pas ça quelque chose en dedans pour dire, ok, à cause de mon besoin donné. La plupart fois, ils disent comme ça, si je donne, je vais gagner plus l'argent.
ça vaut la peine.
Pas vaut la peine. Ou bien, à cause de faire ça, moi. Un tel pour copier moi, ou qu'on a différents quelque chose qui vient pas derrière, qui à la fin, là, on regarde, qui, la plupart du monde, c'est juste qu'ils ont senti qu'ils ont fait mon pour besoin de donner. Qui m'ont pour gagner là-dedans. Mais il y en a plus qui disent l'argent. Mais c'est mon faut montrer ça du monde, nous donner ça sens, qu'il y en a un certain par exemple, dit ça vaut ou pas c'est un numéro dans la compagnie, mais ouais, non, et où on est quelque chose qui donne beaucoup plus de valeur que ça la compagnie. Mais la plupart fois, ils disent ça bout de papier, que ça dit mon signe, qui dit job description, là où il l'agrément, bye, so long, mais ça, il pas vraiment être ça dit pour montrer qu'il y en a.
C'est tout, the part with that one, I always say that, c'est tout ça, but any other job assigned to on that job description. Sometimes ça qui fait un petit peu reluctant, un petit peu frustré, peut-être il dit moi dans mon job description pas dit moi caché dans mon job description pas dit moi Z-bin. For an example.
Tout à fait.
Okay? They abide to the job description.
Définitivement.
Any other job assigned to, à cause mon boss dit moi any job assigned to pas dit moi Z-bin seulement. Et sa clause,
sa petite réticence. Il crée sa réticence.
Il crée sa réticence.
Oui.
Tout à mon dire avec du monde. Ça, il vient vraiment un problème. Mais seulement, on the other side, l'État nous permet, il y en a du monde, bien sûr, qui peut travailler d'après.
Incroyable.
Si je travaille 8 à 4 heures, I work from 8 to 4, that's it. I don't give you 15 minutes more. I don't give you 15 minutes. I clock at 8 and I clock out at 4. That's it.
La plupart fois, il dépend seulement de la compagnie elle-même, ou bien ça l'environnement. On voit, il y a des gens qui peuvent donner beaucoup plus, mais les gens qui ont l'environnement, on voit, c'est l'environnement qui est actuellement aidé pour ça des gens envie de plus.
Yes.
Yes. So, il y en a beaucoup plus pour faire avec.
Étant, nous savons qui nous peut causer aujourd'hui bon matin, c'est celle, nous peut dire, la mentalité, c'est celle dans l'endroit de travail, il y en a qui pour bien sûr, qui pour douer, pareil, nous dit pendant ambitieux. De son ouvrage, mais il y en a ça aussi, une certaine quantité de nous, qui peut dire, moi, travail 10 pour 10, les live 4 heures, bam, moi, c'est bon. I took my bus and I go home. Demain, je viens 8 heures. Si je ne finis pas 4 heures, je ne peux pas guetter, je peux fermer, je peux être là. And I will come tomorrow to finish it. I will not finish it today because it's 4 o'clock already. I need to go home. So, That's it. So un petit peu sa mentalité qui nous peut causer un petit peu dans notre travail, côté human resources aussi, il concerne. It's always a fight where human resources concern in every companies, in every entities, in every workplace. It's always a problem because now we, Seychelles, we are complaining about our HR department.
I'm always reminded of something that one of my great mentors told me. It was very simple. He always said, hire for attitude, teach skill. You can teach anybody the skills.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how hard it is. When you think about it, how many people have actually done a job, and when they started the job on day one, they were not very good. They didn't really understand it. And they said, we love little Jack Labors, he's good. We like him, we like to see him around, we'll teach him how to do it. And he learns how to do it. But unfortunately, you cannot teach attitude.
Yes.
You have to come with it. And if you didn't bring it with you when in the workplace, you're not going to find it there.
Yeah.
You've got to bring it with you.
Exactly. And everybody does that. Sometimes c'est ça qui nous dit comme si, have control on yourself, motivation on yourself, on your own emotions. Sometimes nous disons un petit peu contrôle. Nous l'émotion, nous la colère, peut-être, si nous pouvons sortir de la cour avec la colère, mais seulement il ne peut pas dire qu'il nous peut entrer dans le travail avec sa colère à cause de it's not the workplace qui nous fait en colère. À cause de nous sortir de la colère de la cour, si tu quittes de la cour, quitte de la cour. À cause que peut-être une autre atmosphère, on peut entrer dans le travail et si vous pouvez quitter la colère avec vous pour une journée, il est capable de créer une autre qualité d'atmosphère within your work colleagues. Yeah,
Oui,
it's like that.
effectivement. Et tout en nous dit, il y a une identité qui a un rôle. So, quand tu sors, ou un maman, ou un sœur, ou un tantine, ou un grand-maman, soulé, ou un fille, ou on a une identité. Mais dès qu'on entre dans la porte de travail, on a un rôle.
Yes.
Et ça rôle est plus important. Là, on a besoin de prendre ça au rôle. Vous voyez? Les parler qui nous fait à cause, nous dit, nous maman, nous tout, nous amène tout sa bagage, nous entrons dans sa travail, sa bagage, ça rôle pour ça, il gagne à côté, ou comment, ça rôle pour ça, il gagne affecté. À cause de la fait qu'on peut imaginer, ça qui peut passer là-bas, quand tu sortis.
Where's your productivity?
Et il prend beaucoup,
Yes.
mais par contre, il n'est pas impossible. Et tout le monde dit, il est capable de faire, mais il a besoin d'assister que ça dit personnellement lui-même. Regardez, est-ce qu'il est dans sa poste qui s'y posé, premièrement, ou bien est-ce qu'il ne pense pas à cause du besoin de travail. Yes. Deuxièmement, est-ce qu'il est dans sa poste à cause, oui, il est capable de faire la différence, est-ce qu'il peut faire la différence? Et s'il ne peut pas faire, à cause il ne peut pas faire. Et si vous assistez que ça dit lui-même personnellement, bon, on peut respecter un manager, si c'est faire ça, c'est pourquoi il y a des gens pareils, nous, les autres, qui assistent que ça va être individu, qui aident les autres pour voir qui c'est ça qui vraiment empêche les autres donne tout ou empêche les autres be plus. Vous voyez?
At the same time, HR managers, I don't know, the directors, the departments, sometimes, ils aussi, ils tardent pour répondre à l'appel un travailleur, et viennent côté autres et ils demandent certaines choses. Oui, on a discuté, on a travaillé, on a donné la réponse. Comes days, weeks and months, nous partons de rien, and those workers, they go back to the HR department, n'a pas rien qu'ils ont fait. Et il y en a sa petite reluctante aussi qui frustré. On dit quelque chose, il gagne moins, il gagne des mois. Il passe avec moi, il dit moi bonjour dans le corridor, mais ça m'a pas dit mon rien. Regarding size, qui m'a pas encore contre lui, ce qui m'a pas espéré. Where do I go from there? Un petit peu là.
À la fin aussi, il y a beaucoup de HR, vous réalisez, ils ont tellement quelque chose pour faire. Mon imagine, il passe juste ça, c'est du monde qui vient devant les autres, qui à la fin, ils ne pas connaître, qui n'ont pas réalisé qu'ils ont action par on dit là, qu'ils n'ont pas retourné comme ça du monde, il fait un grand impact. Là, ça individu, là, ça travailleur. Mais par contre,
Carol, but the real essence, surely, the real essence is every human being. If you think of a torch, let's take a torch. There's batteries in the torch. The batteries are not in the torch. It's not going to light, is it?
Yeah.
Right? Similarly, if the wires are round the wrong way, it's not going to light either. So every human being is wired in a certain way.
Yeah.
Would it not make more sense to actually learn a little bit about the way the person's wired? Maybe it just needs a little bit of sharpening, a little bit of oil on it, or something like that. A little bit of polish.
Yeah, a little bit of polish.
And then it will just shine.
Yes.
So sometimes we also speak about, we've done this for a long time, we've spoken about having the right people on the wrong seats on the bus. Let me give you a classic example of
Most
that.
of the time.
Okay? The kind of character and personality that I have, if you put me in front of a camera on a stage, I'll shine, I hope, right? But don't stick me in a room full of accounts.
No.
Really?
No.
So everybody has something that they absolutely love doing and that they've got the personality for. I can do the accounts thing, but I do the stage thing probably a lot better than the accounts thing. And vice versa, If you think about people that work in companies, how many times have they actually taken somebody out of one position where they haven't done it that well, and then they've put them in another position, and they thought, why don't we start off with that?
Yeah.
So sometimes it's just a slight reshuffle, getting the right people on the right seats on the bus. But how are you going to know that if you don't know how they're wired?
Yes.
And by that, that's what psychology and that aspect of it actually teaches us. And to do that, you actually need to learn something about the basics of human behavior to get it right. And that's kind of thing where we come in, because we've done it for such a long time, and we've seen so many different characters that in the end, it's a slow burn. It's not a magic wand. We don't come up with this magic wand and go bing and everything's okay. It takes a bit.
It takes a bit. At the end of the day, everybody got its own mood swings, and we've got to live by that. Yeah. Back to Claude. From movers and shakers, we've seen you that you have grab on the big giants in Seychelles in this show. How did you come up with a TV show like that?
It's a good question, actually. That is a lovely question. When I was in England for many, many years, I was fascinated with entrepreneurship because my father was an entrepreneur. He started the insurance industry of the Seychelles with General Insurance Company in 1974 in Kingsgate House. Him and his business partner built Kingsgate House. So I grew up with it. And he used to tell me many stories, and some of them were very funny, and some of them were remarkable. And then I'd spend time with other people, and they also told me stories. And I thought to myself, you know what would be really cool? Because I love reading, one, and I love, I've been lucky enough to look at some of the people's stories where I've been able to watch movies or listen to audios. And I said, well, hang on a minute. You know, we're looking at America all the time for these great people. Mm-hmm. We're looking at England. Everybody loves Richard Branson because of what he's achieved, you know. And I said, hang on a minute, let's turn into our own islands. We've got this cute little island, and I'm sure there's many stories in paradise. And then it was the title. What title are we going to call it? And this actually,
how did you come with
this
this
was
one?
really funny. The original title was actually going to be Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
Really?
Yeah, that was the original title because Robin Leach had a program in the 80s, and I looked at it. It was very old and very boring. And I mean, we both didn't like the word rich in it because it had the wrong connotations. It's not about the money. It's about the journey. It's about the challenges and the trials and actually overcoming them and the lessons that these people have learned that they can actually pass on to the up and coming. And what I really wanted to get through in the program is it is hard. It's the long haul. It's the sleepless nights. It's the worry. It's the arguments.
The challenges and everything.
I'm going to give up. This is too difficult. But no, risks. You know, some little voice says, keep going, keep going, keep going. Like the Dick Whittington story. I love that story. Turn again, Whittington, Lord Mayor of London, or whatever it is, you know. But that's, so we toyed with that idea, and we definitely didn't want rich in the title. And I think it was one of these things where I woke up one morning and I went, I got it. Movers and shakers in paradise.
After how many days?
God.
Oh, God. After about probably 2 weeks.
Really?
But to come up with the title, it really was. I went to bed and then got up one morning, and over breakfast it was like, that's what we kept running with that one. Movers and shakers, you know.
But you did move and you did shake because we didn't know we've got those giants. Hey, shake them up on his TV show. Movers and shakers. So
they've been incredible, and also, see, the thing that comes across is they're normal people like you and I.
Yes.
The only difference is, well, I can't say it's a difference. I think we'll work hard, but I'd say all of them have had a conviction to actually share the best of what they have with a lot of people. One of the things that I learned actually in London, which really changed a lot for me, because I used to look at people that had achieved a lot, and I said, we're all wired in very similar way, but we might have slightly different beliefs,
Yes.
or maybe slightly different experiences. So what is it that actually makes these people go the extra mile? And I remember I was even talking to a guy at a seminar once. I said, you know, I've got a house, you know, I've got my groups in England, I'm quite happy. I said, I haven't been through that sleeping in the car business and being, you know, and being thrown out on the streets. I said, so I can understand where you get your motivation, but I said, where do I go? You know, what's the next stage? And he said, well, you have to, the way he said, it's exactly said to me, he said, you have to create some pain, Claude. Maybe you're not where you want to be. And I said, oh, right, okay. And another chap actually said, he said, and this sentence changed a lot for me. He said, money is nothing more than the measure of the value that you give to other people. I say again, money is nothing more than the measure of the value that you give to other people. So if you want more money, give more value. Stephen
Yes.
Covey's fourth law, which I think is if you want to get more, you have to give more. At the time I heard that, because I had my business groups in very nice hotels in London, I was doing very well, I said, how can I give more value to more people? And I spoke to a few people, I couldn't work it out. And then somebody said, well, what about your knowledge? What about your knowledge of networking and people and business and things? Maybe you could write a book. And I went, okay. And at the time I was going to a lot of internet marketing seminars. So I wrote an ebook. An ebook is a PDF document, right? I wrote an ebook about relationships and networking, and it's really fun, because it's fun going to parties and mingling with people, and I called it Kissing Frogs.
Kissing frogs?
Because every time I would talk to people at after the London Chamber of Commerce, they would say, oh yeah, it was really good, that cocktail party was out. It's a bit of a Kissing Frogs game, isn't it? You know, a bit of a
So they
Kissing
linked
Frogs
it.
game. So I called it Kissing Frogs. It was a PDF document, it sold for £50, and I think I made about, I don't know, £8,000 or something in the first year, or something like that. It was a lot of fun. I'm actually revising the book now, because with another chap who flies around the world doing PR, he's a funny guy, and he read the book, he loved it, and he wanted to rewrite it and put PR and branding, because everybody's got a personal brand.
Yes.
And it's how well you use that brand as to how you do it. So, sorry, that's kind of a bit of a long answer about how we came up
How
to
you
movers
came
and
up to
shakers in
movers and
paradise.
shakers.
But they're great people. They're great people with a
Yes,
conviction. wanting to
it
live a
does.
lot.
Our daily viewers, they love the TV shows, and they were even asking if there are more coming up episodes. We don't know. There's your man now. You can ask him
There
if
will be more.
There will be more.
Yeah, we're in the process of making the second series, so watch out. It will
Nous
be.
pourrions ban les autres éditions, ça veut dire more to come. He had said it this morning. That's on you. He had said it this morning. Avait dit il pourra encore ban prochain épisode Movers and Shakers. Nous voir ben si ban qui n'a fini passer par nous dit ban Zéan ici c'est celle qui nous parti connaît. Ben tu es tranquille, bien même mais seulement après when he got to them, nous voir qui ban création, qui ban quelque chose qui ça ban dit mon fait différence, hein? The difference in the Seychelles qui ont fait, capable de businessman, entrepreneur, tout ça ban quelque chose. Alors nous voir, alors there is more to come. We've seen the TV show. Now come and meet the entrepreneurs at Eden Island. Let's meet them. Seminar.
Yeah.
Yes, upcoming.
Yeah, well, we're doing the seminar on the 14th and the 15th of November. On the 14th of November, we're going to be talking about human behavior, all the things that Eleanor spoke about before. How do you get the best out of your employees? How do you understand them a lot more? How do you get the right people on the right seats on the bus? Because through these turbulent times, I'd say, there's crisis all over the world.
Yes.
We're a very small island, so we're like a little leaf just being blown from pillar to post everywhere. I figure that you just need all the help that you can get, or should I say we need all the help that we can get. And there are people in bigger cities that's been through that, and they've solved the problems. So would it not make more sense to get them all here so that we can learn from them? Now, what people are going to say is, oh yeah, great, you're getting these people from England, but we're Little Island in Seychelles, you know. Well, we've got some of the movers and shakers to tell their stories on the stage. The first part, like I said, it's all about HR, it's all about growing a business in Seychelles. How do you do it? They've been through all those challenges that we spoke about, the Monday morning stuff and so on and so on and so on, right? And they've solved it. That's why they've still got their businesses,
Yes.
and that's why they're businesses that we love
Still going.
and we use every day,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So that's on the Thursday. On the Friday, where we are now, it's, how can I say, it's a very dicey period of time for
A
us.
bit dedicated.
Very delicate. there you are.
Delicate.
Delicate.
I would say delicate.
Delicate and
Yes.
dicey. So we have to have this, the mindset. We have to have that mindset to keep going against all odds. One of the guys that's going to be speaking on the Friday, he had a bunch of jewelry shops. You like jewelry, like
Yes,
most women
I
love
do.
jewelry, yeah?
Is there any woman who don't like jewelry? I don't
So he
know.
had jewelry shops all over England. I mean, and he had some in America, had hundreds of them. And this is, he did a speech, actually, in a very public place in the house of, was it the Albert Hall? And he said the wrong thing, because he wanted to end the speech with a joke. And he said, well, the reason why the jewelry is cheap is because it's crap. It was a joke. It really was a joke. And the
But, yeah.
newspapers absolutely clobbered him. So he lost
Everything.
He lost everything.
Basically.
500
Really?
yeah, £500 million empire went.
Business
it just
went crushed.
It went. The guy didn't work for 7 years. And he got past that and came back up again. And it's, his biography is The Rise and Fall and Rise Again. I've been privileged to meet him a few times and spoken to him a few times. He's coming on Friday the 15th. And this is going to be a first for
That would be
Seychelles.
very
If
interesting.
there's one room you want to be in, if you've got anything to do with a business, you want to be at Eden Blue on Friday the 15th. Because the stuff this guy is going to share, he can say something like that, literally one sentence in 5 seconds, that could change your life, literally change your life.
Yeah.
And just even talking to him has helped me a lot. So there's going to be some real nuggets. What I'll say about seminars is interesting. I mean, I've been to so many seminars before. You're not going to get, each seminar is the morning, okay? The Thursday morning and the Friday morning. You're not going to get 3 hours worth of everything that you want, because everybody's in a different stage. You might get an aha moment. You might get, Eleanor might say something that everybody thought of but forgotten about.
Yes.
Maybe I'll try that. And obviously she's in Seychelles, so they can see her again or talk to her again. Do you see? So that's what this is for. It's for the people that actually come to it to get some insights to help them manage
Yes.
their people
Manage
better.
the business as well.
Yeah, make more profits.
Yes.
Get the entrepreneur's head going well. Or even if you haven't started a business, how many superstars are there that are already you know, they work for a company and they do something on the side and they want to do that. That's how I started. Like I always tell this story. I was working in insurance in England and I wanted to do music for fun. So I did music in the evenings. I used to play in the little restaurants where I was working as a keyboard vocalist. And in the end I became a professional entertainer.
Yeah.
So
That's a one lifetime opportunity that you will get on those 2 days that Mr. Bonte is asking. So it's Thursday, 14 November, and on Friday, the 15th of November, that's the seminars and workshop, which I'm most sure you're going to be a guest speaker.
yes, we'll be, yeah,
And
I'll be
Eleanor
speaking.
as
Yeah,
well.
we'll both be speaking as well, yeah.
They will both be speaking. Avait dit ou sa businessman ou sa entrepreneur qui peut gagner un petit peu de difficulté, bien si managing your business, Paris nous dit, why not you join Mr. Bonte and Eleanor and other guest speakers, facilitators to that seminar at Eden Bleu, that on sa des jours qui nommé et on va voir si pas aidou pour peut-être si monter un petit peu ça bon défi qui on peut gagner right now, because I must say right now, is it a good time to start a business?
Is it ever? It's up to you. How much do you want it? You really have to really want it. And also the thing here in Seychelles, the first thing people think about is money.
Yes.
I need money to start something. that's not necessarily the case unless you need the equipment.
That's a monster money.
But the thing is, it's not the case. We need collaboration.
Yes.
We need to be able to work together. You need to ask other people for help or mentorship, especially mentorship. That's what people don't want to do here.
And then we are becoming greedy. I must say, we are becoming greedy of everything.
And yeah, but oh well. But it's all doable. It's how much you want
it. But that doesn't
it.
support us. Look at our economy. We must say, we are not perfect, but where we are today, it's like
a lot
downward
can be done. A lot
spiral.
can be done. It's up to the people. A lot can be done.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you just said it, it's cyclical, isn't it? It's up,
Yes,
it's down,
and
it's
down.
up, it's down.
Yes.
And if there are people that's actually gone through that process before, it might well be that we might be able to learn from them if we're humble enough, isn't it? That's what Eleanor just said.
I love that
We've got
word,
to be humble
enough. If
humility.
we are, yes, if we are humble enough.
Mon main problème ici c'est seulement c'est ma cause créole pour tout le monde comme ça à cause un peu cause de gaz créole qu'on n'est pas capable de causer ce moment là actuellement moment là cause ça moi non moment là pour ça soli après moment cause en créole bon et ici tout qui nous besoin réaliser qui nous besoin ça l'autre monde nous besoin capable écouter et apprendre et ça l'autre monde et pas une question qui mon père ouvert un business mon voit Margaret fait son petit affaire connaît mon linge là maman sont pas fait pareil mais qu'est-ce qu'on capable faire différent si au présent en tout et ça bon petit monde qui fait li qui tombe lever faire li la autres vinn confortable mais si on aller voir côté ça ou quand moi tu apprendre un petit guide il y en a des monde qui peut nous sur les temps mais c'est mon besoin humble ou besoin on ça l'humilité pour dire OK on connaît là mon vie apprendre mon pari pour apprendre
Mon vin pour apprendre.
voilà.
Et quelle approche? A nice approach.
Exactement.
Come aggressively.
So, moi crois que nous besoin réaliser aussi mais ça la pris d'à côté moi connais nous dit nous pas pour l'esclave nous pas pour ici nous pas pour là-bas bien nous imaginer aussi côté où on va arriver et si on va arriver ou besoin taper la porte.
Yes.
Wow.
At the same time, everybody is suffering. Il y en a qui souffrent tranquillement dans son petit coin, mais il y en a qui font ta base.
Oui. Et tous les pas gagnent résultat.
Yes.
Malheureusement, vous voyez. Et ça qui souffre tranquille, pas où les autres ne doivent pas aller, ça qui fait ta pas à la fin. Il peut faire on nous dit le réseau qui pas pour aider à avancer.
Yes.
So, vous voyez. Il besoin de plus bon forum, il besoin de plus bon là
We
côté monde
need
capable
that.
venir ensemble, et les autres capables discuter, les autres capables aider monde qui cadre dans un aperçu, ou connaît et nous besoin capable comprendre qui nous besoin l'aide.
Yes. We need
Il n'est
help.
pas payé pour nous demander.
We are suffering, we need help. We are just a small Seychelles.
Yeah.
And you choose to work with the entities, the big companies, you come up with some giants on your TV shows. So, where are we getting from there?
Well, whether they're big or small, I mean, the second series is going to be quite interesting.
Really?
When we started, I went for the low-hanging fruit. I went for the people that I knew, that were kind enough to give their time for everybody else to learn. I would very much love to have people that had started and they're maybe in their first or second years because they also had some difficulty. It's about the story more than anything. It's about having a good story that people can learn from.
Them.
And
yes.
the more I talk to people, the more I'm finding, there are a lot of people with good stories, and it's actually being kind enough to share. It's this is the thing that I always say. If I help you, you help me, and we both do better as a result. One person doesn't make a community. One person doesn't make
it takes a
symphony
whole
orchestra.
community.
There you are.
Yes. As
We've
simple
all
as
got
that.
a part to play.
Yes. Nous tous encore nous dit ça, nous tous dans nos rôles pour nous jouer appareil indien, nous vivons ensemble. Pourquoi nous quand on est unis ensemble, nous mettons la force, nous persévérer, tout ça là ensemble, même dans le travail, même dans le business entre nous, tout ça là, il devrait être amassé sinon pareil quelque chose était la caméra, it will never work. We've got some our viewers, let me see. From our viewers, it's compliments. Morning to you. Big up Claude and Eleanor. This is from Robert. She says, he says, from an ex-cabin crew with Eleanor. You were a
Robert
cabin
John
crew?
Vol.
I didn't know that.
14 and a half years.
My goodness. That's a secret. Thank you, Robert, for that.
14 and a half
There you
years.
are. You see?
Hey,
Well
there
done.
you
Robert
go.
John Vol,
14
thank you.
and a half years. So Robert's still remembering, and he's giving you guys his compliment this morning regarding the shows and what you're doing and what you upcoming. Let me see from our viewers. Hi, Fox. Hi. Didn't Eleanor used to work for HM? I think I still remember her.
Yes, yes, I
Did
shall.
you?
14 and a half years.
There you go. 14 and a half years. She did. Somebody, Rolly,
They still
says
remember.
He still remember you.
Yeah.
Is she the same Elena? Still. After 14 and a half years from...
No,
Here we
I'm
go.
old now.
From our viewers, they are sending their compliments to what you are
Thank you.
doing. I say,
Thanks. Thank you
I
very
will
much.
say it again, from Palamal to Movers and Shakers, and now to seminars upcoming. There he is, that man, and yes. For you who are asking about Movers and Shakers, yes, he says it. Maybe you have just joined us. There will be more episodes of Movers and Shakers. You don't know, maybe you can be one of them. You never
Yes,
know.
but don't
about
shy.
it. Yes.
So I would say don't shy away. That's what
Don't
happens
shy away.
when
Come to
most
Claude.
people, they are scared. Like if we say, all right, you know, you've got a great story, people will actually be motivated and you know, and they say, oh, inspired by what you're doing. And they say, oh no, I'm scared of the camera. No, I don't want a camera.
Shy. I was that.
So it has happened, like many people that we've approached just say, no, nothing, no camera. So
Take it from
hopefully.
Eleanor. Don't be shy. More or less, don't be camera shy. Don't be shy. Take it from Eleanor. Okay. I was going to ask this question, but I was saving it for the last. But our viewers, they are eager, curious, more than me to ask Claude this question. I did have that question, but I saved it for the last. Claude, that's on you and our viewers. Where did Claude de Beau-Vallon came from? I was going to ask that, but I waited.
Yeah, it's a funny one.
Bonte de Beau-Vallon. Where did that come from?
Yes,
Beau-Vallon, of
Konversasyon
course.
de Beau-Vallon.
Right, I was sitting at Beau-Vallon with my good friend,
I'm very intrigued.
Philippe Savy de Saint-Maurice.
Oh,
Okay, now at the time, we had a few beers. We were just talking and chatting. And after the few beers, I said to him, I said, Phil, all this Savy de Saint-Maurice business, Georges de Saint-Georges, Lefebvre de Rampierre, and there's a whole plethora of those
Yes.
names. I said, I don't understand, like, how do you get those names and where do they come from? And he said, oh, well, Claude, Savy de Saint-Maurice, let's take that one. He said it was two cousins that came from Mauritius on this boat. And he started weaving this story around. And I'm looking at him thinking, really? I said, right, after a few beers this was, I said, from this day forth, I am Claude Bonte de Beau-Vallon.
Yeah.
And we had
said that.
such a laugh about it. It was just very funny. And then when I did Financial Fridays on Pure FM, it was Financial Fridays with Claude Bonte de Beau-Vallon. And I've been known as Claude Bonte de Beau-Vallon ever since.
ever since.
Ever since.
But does that reflect on your ID? No,
Not yet.
not yet. It doesn't reflect on your passport nor your ID.
Touché.
Elena is laughing.
Touché.
Not
So
yet.
hopefully,
Which means
so hopefully the kind characters at these places will go, oh, at last, he's applied, he's put the application in. So if you're listening to it, I thank you in advance.
would you love to see that on your passport? Claude Bonte de Beau-Vallon.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's a
She likes
it's obviously a talking piece, isn't it?
But she loves it, Claude. Come on.
There you go. It's got to be done. It's on my to-do list.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I love this morning. Interesting topic conversation aujourd'hui bon matin avec Claude Bonte de Beau-Vallon and Eleanor Schaffenberg. Nous type cause bien sûr, still laughing, from Follow Mal to TV shows, Movers and Shakers, and now the upcoming events, bien sûr, qui peut faire côté l'hôtel Eden Blake, côté Eleanor pour les guest speakers, facilitators, aussi Claude aussi pour là. So why not you join in avec eux? Ça des bien sûr qui pourraient faire jeudi 14 novembre et aussi son vendredi le 15 novembre. How to keep your sanity in tough times ou qui peut gagner difficulté, voilà, nous mettons télévision. Ou qui peut gagner difficulté, qui est businessman, qui est entrepreneurship, qui est simple travailleur, ou qui peut gagner difficulté, bien sûr, voilà, Joanne Claude avec Elena, bien sûr, qui est capable, qui est pas capable de monter, pas capable d'éliminer, fine, but sont capable de monter, un petit gain, réduire un petit peu sa stress, qui est non, si monter, un petit gain à la fin du jour, doucement, slowly, you can éliminer. It will take time, yes, not like a magic wand. Mais il peut aller avec le temps. Voilà, c'est ça. Nous avons dit un petit peu cause, bien sûr, un petit peu Lola. Et bien, nous faisons connaissance avec Claude Bonte de Beau-Vallon, avec Hélène Schaffenberg. Bien sûr, nous avons cause un petit peu. It was nice to meet you guys. It was an absolute pleasure this morning.
Merci.
Thank you, Claude.
Sure, thank you.
We've been talking on phone.
Oh.
Thank you so much, but it's only now that I met him. It's only
wow.
this morning that I met him. And Elena, thank you so much for joining me
having us.
This morning. I hope que ça qui nous cause là, mentalité c'est dans l'endroit de travail ou qui peut gagner difficulté tout ça qui nous cause là ou qui nous regarde nous bon matin, moi souhaiter qu'il y en a qui mettent l'île en l'air, sinon si on va ou les polices approfondissent plus, why not you join in at Eden on these dates mention comme ça va capable de gagner plus l'expérience. Il y en a nous qui fait beaucoup difficulté la vie, faire face avec des défis beaucoup. So why not we join avec Elena, avec Claude. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I hope to see you more on our Bazou Sessel show.
Sure.
Sure? That's
Oh.
good.
You shouldn't have said that.
I shouldn't have said that.
No.
But next time when he
He did
comes,
very
he has
often.
to show me the passport who says Claude Bonte de Beau-Vallon. Et c'est ça aussi. Nous avons une conversation pour la bon matin.